Good evening, folks, and welcome to No Nonsense Nightly. I'm your host, Michael Varde, sitting in for Hank Digglesworth, here to guide you from the centralized autocracy of Web 2 and into the decentralized wonderland of Web 3. So, buckle up, keep your hands inside the cart at all times, and please, stand clear of the doors. Let's get started. We got big crypto news, everybody. A US judge has ruled that Ripple's XRP is not a security. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Woo! Now, for those of you who aren't crypto geeks like us, let me explain why you should give a shit. Ripple, an American crypto company, was first sued by the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, back in December of 2020. So, they've been tied up in this lawsuit for years. The SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, the company behind the XRP token, alleging that Ripple executives conducted a $1.3 billion unregistered securities offering by selling XRP. The lawsuit has been seen as the cornerstone of the SEC's argument, claiming that most cryptocurrencies are securities and should be regulated like stocks and the stock market. Without getting too much more into the weeds, for all cryptocurrencies to be regulated like stocks would be practically impossible because of how blockchain technology functions, the use cases of crypto, and the demands of an archaic security regulation policy. So, crypto companies like Coinbase have gone straight to the SEC many times saying, hey, we're a crypto exchange and we'd like your guidance with regulation of this new thing called crypto. To which the SEC responds, easy, of course we'll help. You're a securities exchange and you can regulate all of those securities like all of the other securities. And Coinbase is like, but we're not a securities exchange, we're a crypto exchange and these aren't securities, they're cryptocurrencies. And the SEC is like, no, you're a securities exchange. Those are securities. Oh, and we're suing you for not complying. To which Coinbase was like, of course, this caused every American crypto exchange to delist XRP, and later resulted in the SEC suing multiple exchanges for selling other unregistered securities. With many of those platforms delisting additional tokens the SEC claimed were securities, all before the court ever even ruled on Ripple's case. Now, according to the order from the U.S. Court for the Southern District of New York, Ripple's first sale of $728.9 million worth of XRP directly to institutional buyers, hedge funds, and other parties were considered institutional sales and constituted the unregistered offer and sale of investment contracts, a violation of federal securities law. But because it found that those investors would have purchased XRP with the expectation that they would profit from Ripple's work. Now, here's the kicker. Are you still with me? The judge then went on to say that the programmatic sales of XRP through the exchanges and algorithms did not qualify as the sale of securities because the SEC cannot definitively say speculative investors had a reasonable expectation of profits to be derived from the entrepreneurial or managerial efforts of others. This instantly undercuts the perceived foundation of the SEC's central argument, that XRP is an unregistered security and that these crypto exchanges were selling unregistered securities. XRP was relisted on a dozen of exchanges that week, and several other tokens of the SEC prematurely called securities pumped by 60% in one day. So, in summary, XRP is back, and crypto's got the SEC on the ropes. But there are a lot of people waiting for the SEC chair, Gary Gensler's next move. It's a lot like how at the end of all the Harry Potter movies, you knew two things. One, Harry and his pals were going to defeat Voldemort. And two, Voldemort is going to come back again for the fifth time and they're going to have to defeat him again. Looking good, Gary. I like this whole thing you got going on. I think you should keep it. In other news, Threads, Meta's new social media platform built to take on Twitter, has amassed over 100 million registrations in the first 5 days, beating only ChatGPT, who held the previous record, accomplishing that in 2 months. Elon Musk, the grown-up big boy himself, who first, and this is real, challenged Mark Zuckerberg to a UFC-style cage match, has now challenged Zuck to a, and I'm sorry to say this, a literal measuring contest. I'm dead serious. Musk tweeted, quote, "I propose a literal measuring contest," and ended the tweet with an emoji of a straight ruler. End quote. These are the wealthiest people on the planet. These are our great business leaders. When are people going to accept that just because some people have more money, that does not mean that they are smart? And I'm sorry, Elon, I don't know who's on your publicity team, but don't propose a UFC-style cage match and then back out suddenly only to change it to a measuring contest. I mean, that doesn't make you look too confident, Elon. It sounds like you think that you just got one good thing going for you. This is why it's important to see the current pictures on someone's Instagram before challenging them to a cage match in Vegas. See, I'm thinking this is who Elon thought he was challenging to a UFC fight. Then Mark updated his profile picture to, and then Elon was like, wait, maybe we should just measure each other's penises instead. Smart move, Elon. Musk is out here playing three-dimensional chess while the rest of us aren't measuring each other's penises. Look, Elon, you've got $300 billion. How much more money do you need to get to Mars? Because if it gets you there any sooner, I'll start a GoFundMe myself. I have $17 in my wallet right now. You promise to go straight to Mars? It's all yours, Elon. And now it's time for your favorite long-running segment, Meanwhile in Hollywood. Meanwhile in Hollywood, SAG-AFTRA is on strike. And you know what that means? Yeah, we're going striking! That's right, the members of the Screen Actors Guild have joined the Writers Guild of America in a joint strike effort that hasn't been seen in 63 years. The strike, of course, is to prevent the Imperial Empire from total domination of the galaxy. And by Imperial Empire, I mean the alliance of motion pictures and television producers, and by the total domination of the galaxy, I mean we're just trying to pay our rent and our grocery bills and buy our cats their prescription kibble. What's wrong with you? In response to the strike, CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, said tactfully, "There's a level of expectation that they have that is just not realistic, and they are adding to the set of challenges that this business is already facing that is, quite frankly, very disruptive." Oh, the strike is disruptive? Oh, I had no idea. Hey everyone, we gotta wrap it up because this strike, I just heard from Mr. Iger, and he's saying that this strike is very disruptive. It's making it very difficult for him to make all of his monies. So, wrap it up. Yeah. It is very disruptive, Bob. It is a strike. The time to not be very disruptive was the months upon months that the AMPTP had to negotiate and compromise on a deal to prevent the strike from happening. What were they supposed to do, Bob? Wait until you are comfortably swimming in your pool of gold coins before they could ask permission to wave their signs around? But no shouting and no blocking traffic, okay? Because we still need the Brinks trucks to be able to access the executive offices. But hey, let's see things from Mr. Iger's perspective for a second, okay? What are these ungrateful actors demanding so rudely? 1, streaming revenue sharing. SAG-AFTRA wants 2% of the revenue that each show generates for a streaming platform to be paid to the performers. 2%, can you believe that? The audacity. I mean, if they agreed to that, the streamers would only have 98% of the revenue left. The sticking point here is that none of the streaming networks, none of them, share any of their viewership numbers. So even though we know that everyone is watching Wednesday, the actors and writers are being paid as if it's just as successful of a show as Real Rob. Yes, that is a real show on Netflix with 2 seasons, which no one has seen, and I don't recommend that you do either. Number 2, protections against AI. Okay, SAG-AFTRA is not looking to ban AI, but prepare for its inevitability. But the AMPTP said that they offered a groundbreaking AI proposal. Groundbreaking. Of course, the gloss of that adjective fell apart when a reporter actually asked what that meant to SAG's head negotiator, whose name AI couldn't even make up, Duncan Crabtree Ireland. And he clapped back, this groundbreaking AI proposal that they gave us yesterday, they proposed that our background performers should be able to be scanned, get 1 day's pay, and their companies should own that scan, their image, their likeness, and should be able to use it for the rest of eternity on any project they want with no consent and no compensation. So if you think that that's a groundbreaking proposal, I suggest you think again. End quote. So take that, AI. You hear that, ChatGPT? You want our jobs? You want to act? You gotta line up and sit in those little plastic chairs in the hallway and audition like the rest of us. AI. And I'm sure Bob was clenching his buttocks when he heard SAG-AFTRA's fearless president, Fran Drescher, known from her work in the incomparable 90s sitcom The Nanny, struck back at the AMPTP saying, quote, they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. Shame on them, end quote. And in the spirit of the French Revolution went on to say, quote, eventually the people break down the gates of Versailles and then it is over, end quote. I mean, sure, Bob Iger makes $27 million per year with an option to receive an annual incentive bonus 5 times his annual salary, but that's only 1,000 times higher than Disney's median employee. And clearly, one Bob equals 1,000 Mouseketeers. Looks fair to me. And it didn't help Bobby when a studio executive told Deadline, the end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses, with other sources calling it a, quote, a cruel but necessary evil, end quote. Wow. The board of the AMPTP sound like a dinner party of Disney villains plotting how to drown a bag of kittens, skin 100 dogs, and just generally stop children from living their lives. You're adults. They are children. What is wrong with you people? So yeah, Bob, I think being very disruptive is the least they could do. Better that than pitchforks and torches, but we'll see what comes next. Just keep in mind that the last time there was a strike like this, you know who was president of SAG-AFTRA? Ronald Reagan. So the AMPTP better look out because they could be dealing with the future Madam President herself. Animoca Brands, the Hong Kong-based game software and venture capital company, has a new brainchild. It looks like they're teaming up with Gryfyn, a Web3 wallet, and Honda. Apparently, they're going to revolutionize fan interaction in motorsports. It's going to be revolutionary because instead of experiencing any motors or participating in any sports, you'll just be sitting on your couch with a VR headset, virtually interacting with motorsports. Revolutionary. I call that Tuesday. But hey, in the world of crypto, who knows? In a few years, maybe all racing will be virtual. It's clearly better for the environment, and I don't know about you, but I've never felt more road rage than when I'm neck and neck with Baby Mario on Rainbow Road. Baby Mario. Damn it. Baby Mario is bull. He shouldn't even be driving. Who gave him a baby racing license? In emoji news, a thumbs up emoji can now be legally considered a signature for official documents in Canada. According to USA Today, in 2021, a farmer named Chris Achter of Swift Current, Saskatchewan, was negotiating a deal to sell 87 metric tons of flax to a grain buyer named Kent Mickleborough. These are real people, and this is a real story. Mickleborough signed the contract for the deal and texted a picture of it to Achter with a caption that read, "Please confirm flax contract." Achter replied with a thumbs up emoji, and when Mickleborough didn't get that sweet, sweet flax, he sued Achter, stating that he thought the thumbs up emoji was an agreement to the contract. And the judge agreed with him. Achter was ordered to pay Mickleborough over 82,000 Canadian loonies. That is about 60,000 American bucks. Real money, people. But yikes. I mean, as an over-enthusiastic emoji user myself, I find this all very disturbing because I don't know what I may have agreed to with all those thumbs up emojis I just casually send around. but you can trust I'll be thinking twice as to how exactly I respond next time someone asks if I want to join a gym membership with them. Strong arm emoji, tennis shoe emoji, exhausted face, poop emoji. Or maybe I just stick with the thumbs up emoji, but with an asterisk after it and with some fine print that reads, "This thumbs up emoji is a recognition of your offer of initial proposal and in no way constitutes a contractual agreement because I don't want to go to the gym with you, Brian. I don't want to go, okay? Stop asking. I'm trying to keep this Peter Pan figure I got going on, man. Besides, picking up all those heavy weights, putting them back down again, it can't be good for you." I'm exhausted just thinking about it. Finally, Urtopia introduced its Fusion e-bike with integrated ChatGPT and built-in speakers. So now you can get in a fight about directions all by yourself.
You missed your turn. Do a U-turn.
I know where I'm going, bike.
No, you do not know where you are going.
Yes, I do.
Clearly, you do not.
Don't start with me, bike. Oh, shoot. I should have turned back there. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. That's it for us tonight, folks. I'm Michael Varde sitting in for Hank Digglesworth, and this has been No Nonsense Nightly. GN.